We're started. Okay. Welcome to my first streaming adventure. So, hi all. Today I'm going to take you into the world of Lord of the Rings Online, also called LOTRO. It doesn't have to do much with Dutch culture, but it is something that I enjoy a lot, and I'm very excited to share it with you all. So, LOTRO is an MMORPG, which means it's an RPG or role-playing game like Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder, and it's online, so anyone from around the world can play, at any time. So as you might expect, in LOTRO you spend your time running around Middle Earth, and they've done a lot of really neat things with the game. Mainly you follow the epic storyline of the books, doing quests that take you kind of in parallel to the Fellowship's journey, but there are other more social things you can do, and today I want to talk about one of those things, which is housing. So in the game, you can buy a house. It's pretty cool, but what does that mean? It's not like a house that you think of in terms of like you have a kitchen and a bathroom and that sort of thing. Really, what it is a kind of a handful of boxes that are put together and with spots assigned within those boxes for decorating, like floor, walls, furniture, and so on. So you've got a lot of flexibility in your house decorating, depending on what decorations you put up. You can change the look and the texture of the floors and the walls. You can add music. There are a lot of options you can play with. And now you don't just get free stuff to put in your house. You have to go and earn it through festivals, or you can barter it from various people in the world. And you can buy it from housing decorating vendors. So you've got lots of options. So I just want to kind of give you a little bit of a general preview there on what that is, in case this is completely new to you. So now digging in a little bit deeper, one of the things they've done in LOTRO is they have a variety of different kinds of houses. So starting off, there's 4 different kinds or looks of housing neighborhoods. You've got an underground kind of cave built into the side of a mountain housing at Thorn's Gate, very dwarven feeling. You've got Breeland homesteads with wooden structures, that's near Bree. You've got elven houses with the tall, spindly architecture and lots of arches. That's kind of in southern Eredluin. And then you've got hobbit holes, and those, of course, are in the Shire. So you can buy those houses with regular in-game money that you can earn in-game by doing various things. What they did then is they added on to that and created a whole nother category of housing called premium housing. And that one, you use different kinds of currency for that. So you have to basically buy, with real world money, LOTRO points. You can earn some LOTRO points in the game, but you then use those LOTRO points to buy either mithril coins or housing writs, which that is how you buy premium housing. So there's been one area of premium housing for a while. It's called in the Belfalas Cape area. It's very lots of marble, very austere kind of look. A little cold feeling, some people feel. And so people have been asking for something else that might be a nice complement to that. So LOTRO has come up with housing in the Rohan area where the horse lords are. I'm very excited. I've been super excited about this for a while. So today I want to take you on a tour on the test server that they have open today and show you what they've been creating for us. All right, so this is my first day on the test server called Bullroarer, and I'm learning a lot about it. But so what we're going to do is we are in a tavern where you find a lot of NPCs on the test server that allow you to do various things. And in this case, this is where the housing brokers are. So I will look at purchasing a house. We're not actually going to purchase a house. I just want to bring up this. So for Rohan Kingstead, as it's listed, and then we've got, so we basically have 2 areas. And let me pull up my notes again real quick so I don't do this backwards. But basically the 2 different areas, you've got the Meadows, the Kingstead Meadows, which is this, the Kingstead. Oh, that's your phone. And that is kind of a grassy plains farmland kind of area. So they, so these are the neighborhoods that they currently have listed for that. The other one is the Eastfold Hills, and that's this lady over here. And that one's much more rugged and wooded kind of style. So I don't know if these are the names of the neighborhoods that we're going to have access to when we get to that point, And it looks like they've only done like first 5 letters of the alphabet. What they generally do is they'll have stuff throughout the alphabet. So my guess is they're adding stuff in the test server just as houses get bought out, they're adding new. Most neighborhoods will have basically 3 kinds of houses, it looks like, and we have some varying prices. So, for example, this one I believe is our least expensive house. It would cost you 422 mithril. Now, I should stop right here for a moment. We don't know if this is the actual pricing of the houses or if these are just placeholders. But my guess, based on, they were going to release Rohan housing already, but there were some complications with the servers, and so they put a pause on that. So now I'm guessing they're about ready to release this, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it come out next week. So if that's the case, I wouldn't expect that they're going to change these prices very much, that the placeholders probably would be updated by now, or are very close to being updated, and maybe they're doing just a batch change. In any case, currently listed, these are prices that are really similar to the Belfalas housing. So wanted to go ahead and then point out what our options are, because some of us are really trying to figure out how much mithril coins and how many scrolls we're going to need for this. So we have the Meadows area, as somebody points out in the chat. Thank you. All right, so we have possibly, this is one of the least expensive ones. So 422 mithril coins, or 17 of the housing writs. Then it looks like it goes up from there to the 445 or 18. And there's a couple of houses that fit in that. And the housing is similar. I've run across 3 different kinds of houses, basically. You've got the basic house. You've got the basic house with something special, and then you've got the Mead Hall. So these are going to be the basic houses, which are deluxe houses. They're all deluxe houses, these basic ones. They're all deluxe. It's pretty exciting. Okay, so then we've got, 445. We go up to 493. Again, still a deluxe house, but location matters. And then we get up to, it's 493. Then we've got the 747. And notice here, we're looking at the number of decoration hooks, lighting hooks, and exterior hooks. Notice how it changes. Even though it still says it's a deluxe house, it changes the number of hooks you get between those 2 houses. So I believe this is the one, let me see my notes here. 8 Colt Road is more expensive, it has more hooks, and this is the one that has a cave. The other houses in the neighborhood do not. So that one's the special house of the neighborhood. And then we have the deluxe Mead Hall. Again, only one of those per neighborhood. Currently listed for 36 writs, 894 mithril. We'll see if that holds or if that changes. So really what I want to do, though, is I want to take a tour, because I'm still trying to figure out which house I'm going to want to buy. So what I want to do is start at the beginning of the neighborhood, do a tour of the neighborhood, see all the houses, and then we can just have this as a way to go back and look at and go, hey, what was the scoop with 1 Colt Road? Let me go take a look. Let's rewind. So that is my plan for this video. All right, so we're going to go ahead and tour the house, which basically gets us into the neighborhood. All right, so here we go. So exciting. All right, so we're going to go ahead and tour the house, which basically... All right, so hopefully, you can see what I'm doing. And as I said, this is the first time I've ever gotten onto Bullroarer, so I brought in my little hobbit gal, Adamantia here, and I wasn't sure how easy it was to copy a character or anything. So she doesn't have a war horse, so you're just going to have to put up with her regular mount, although I do have journeyman riding, so she's at that 78% versus the 60-something%. All right, so we're kind of taking a quick tour of the neighborhood, because what I want to do is I want to get to the beginning and start from there. Nope. So again, we're on a test server, so sometimes there's occasional lag or glitches or something, so just be prepared for some of that. It's no biggie. You kind of expect that when they're testing a whole bunch of stuff. So, look, we have a horse standing out in the field. Hello. All right, so the first time I went and played around with this a little earlier is I went all the way to the beginning and went out of the neighborhood and had to start all over. So that was kind of annoying. Thankfully, I bought a map to get me back to that little place where we started. But I want to make sure I don't do that again, because that was silly. Okay, so there we are. There's your sparkly portal that takes you out into the rest of the world of Rohan. So where we are right now, let me show you the map, this is what's currently listed as the Kingstead Meadows homestead, also known as the Meadows. It's meadowy, very much so. And all of the roads are listed with horse names. I feel like there could have been a little bit more lore put into this, perhaps, but whatever. The houses are pretty. So just so you know whereabouts in the world we are, it's out here in West Rohan. So we've got Kingstead over here, and then is that the other one? I think so. Okay, so pop back in here. So this is just an outlier house. They have a bunch of decorative kinds of things in the neighborhood, and that is one of them. We've got another decorative looking thing here, although it wouldn't surprise me if this is where we're going to find some of our town type people, some of the people that are, you can buy and sell from, barter with, possibly like the legendary folks, that sort of thing. And I'll show you why I think that when we get to the mountains. But this is very open. Notice how you just have these amazing views as you're looking around. It's just gorgeous. You can just see for miles, it feels like. All right. So here we are in the town center. And this is where you've got, again, more things going on. There's the forge and a tinker. So they're planning on having, my understanding is they're planning on having all of the amenities that we'll need, basically all the things that you get in like the Three Pharaohs crafting house, all the things that you would need as a crafter to work. So your workbench, your forge, all of those things are going to be in these town centers. Also got our task boards just lined up there ready for us. And we've got, okay, so I guess they are going to tuck some of it inside. I noticed in the mountains that they are also tucking some of this inside buildings. So it looks like they're doing that here as well. So really keeping it the theme of, very rustic and very horse lord, very Rohan style. So, okay, so that's the town center. So I want to do, basically we're going to make the circle around and try to see at minimum, at least the outside of each house. No, we don't want to leave town. Okay, there we go. So we want to follow this pathway, which is our road around town. So exciting. All right, so if you've never bought a house in LOTRO before, what you do is when you come across a home that's for sale, you've got this cute little for sale sign. And when you click on it, it tells you the address. And it tells you, so first you have the actual physical address, like 3 Colt Road. And then you've got which neighborhood are you in, and then it tells you which neighborhood area that you're in. So, whether you're in Breland or the Shire or whichever. So in this case, we're in the Rohan Kingstead homestead. All right, and it tells you how much it costs, how much your upkeep would be per increment of time. And it tells you what kind of decoration you can do. So you've got 142 decoration hooks, 11 lighting hooks. That's a new thing they were doing. I'm not going into that on this. Other people have done some cool videos, especially Druid's Fire. She did a great one. So it says across 2 interiors. We'll take a look at that here in a second. And 32 exterior hooks. The outside, again, I'm not planning on buying a house, so we're not going to see all those hooks. But basically just realize that everywhere you're looking out here, there are places that you can decorate. And anywhere that is your space, so in this case, this house probably entails all of this area. You have all of that where there are hooks that you can decorate, and there's more large areas and more of the, what's the other one? Extreme, that's not the right word, but the super large. Deluxe, no, it's not deluxe. Anyway. Okay, so each of these houses seems to have some very similar features. So we've got a main house, which we've got a good look at right there. Look at that gorgeous house. Look at that pretty house. All right, so you've got your main house right there, and it's got 2 doors. So you've got 1 door over here and 1 door over here. It connects through the middle, so you can go in either one. When you go in this door, you also have access to the basement, which is underneath here. And when you go in on this side, you also have access to an upstairs area. But again, it connects through the middle, so it doesn't matter which way you start. So every house seems to have that here in the Meadows. There's a barn. So you've got a barn. Oh yeah, we should see if we can go in the barn. If you haven't seen the barn, I think it's just a lovely idea. There's a barn. So you've got a barn. Oh yeah, we should see if we can go in the barn. Loading, loading. So we've got the barn, and we've got kind of an open stable, and then there's another open stable with a field, and then most of them have a little outhouse, and lots and lots of fields. Oh, and a well. Okay, so it's coming through a little dark. I apologize. I don't have any lighting in here because I didn't buy the house and I didn't buy lighting. But basically, you've got your barn, and there is some availability to decorate in here. There are decoration hooks. Oh, and stairs. Right. Let's go back up. Let's go upstairs. Doo, 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 doo. And look, you've got like a little hayloft up on top. So cute. All right. So really, and yes, there are decorating hooks in here that you can play with. So every house, except maybe the Mead Hall, all the other houses have a barn here in the Meadows. So that is pretty cool. Oh, there's your well. I don't think if you fall down you end up with the dwarves, but I will play with that another time. So here we've got what I was thinking of basically, I'm calling our open stable. And then we've also got another basically open stable with, it's not gonna let me in. Okay. With the availability to put horses in here. Now, there's a new thing. There's a hook, a decoration hook that you can buy to make it work, to put horses that you have and have them out here. And oh yeah, somebody had some. So we'll keep an eye out for a house with somebody who has horses out. Because people are playing with that on the test server and putting horses out. All right, let's go inside the house. People are playing with that on the test server. Loading. All right, let's go inside the house. So yeah, one of the cool things about Bullroarer is you can go and basically be gifted mithril coins and whatever else you need to make these things happen. So you can go in and play with all this stuff, and then it's all wiped, so you don't get to keep any of it. But at least you get a chance to play around and take it out for a test drive. So again, I haven't bought any. I didn't buy the house, so I didn't buy any lights, so we can't light this up. But hopefully you can see. You've got a really decent-sized ceiling going on here, so it's really open and spacious feeling on the inside. So you've got this first room coming in from the door, the smaller side, and then we've got a basement. And yeah, I just skipped right over those stairs. And so it's just a cute little room down here, a single room with the pillar in the middle. My understanding is also that there are going to be pillar hooks, so you can actually change the way that these look as well, and some new flooring and all sorts of exciting stuff going on there. Okay, so I'm going to go back up the stairs. Sorry about the lag. All right, so that's this room, and then again we came in through this door. So now we're going to cut through our little opening here and go into the other side of the house. So this is the other door you come in through, and you've got your main room here. I like the windows. The windows have a nice look to them. And then up some stairs, turn, up some stairs. Oh, and just for orientation, there's the door, the big door. The other door we came in is on the other side. All right, and then you've got your upstairs area where you can decorate this in many sorts of fashions. So this is if you've been running around Rohan and doing storyline, you'll often find people with their beds and whatnot. That's what that reminds me of. So and look at that big window, huge window. All right. So that is pretty much what the standard houses here in the Rohan Meadows look like. We can pop into another one or two, but basically that's pretty much it. So if you've seen one, you've got the idea. It's really the outside where things vary in terms of location. Like where is your stable? Where's your other stable? Where's your barn? Where's your outhouse? That's where the differences really are. So if you're trying to figure out which house is going to be the one that you want the most, that outdoor scenery might be what you take into consideration. So speaking of, let me get my horse on skates there. All right, so this was our first house that we're looking at. Oops, wrong one. Sorry. Epilogues. 3 Colt Road is where we are here. So taking a tour around the outside. And all of this is going to have decorating hooks for large and enormous yard items. I knew the word would come to me eventually. Look, you can see there's a windmill in the distance. Yeah, it's just so much here. This is the back of the house. Oh, cute. It's got a little outbuilding. I think that's the outhouse looking building. Yeah, it just goes on and on. And there's your barn. So yeah, amazing amount of land you've got to work with these. Okay, so that was 3 Colt Road. Let's keep going. And let's take a look at the next house. So the next one we're coming up on is over here. And again, it's going to have a similar look. We'll just double check here. Yep, it is a deluxe house. It is one of the 445s. So it's going to be one of your your basic deluxe house, you know, your basic extravagant Rohan housing. So again, we've got a similar setup going on here. We've got all sorts of land outside. Let me get off that. Let's see, was this the one? It's got, like, there's one that has like a little road that goes off to the side. Oh yeah, this is the one. So if you go, as you're coming up to your house, you know, maybe you've got the horse trailer and you want to go this way instead. So it's got this cute little road that just winds down here to your barn. So that, isn't it? I just think that's adorable. And you can go up the backside, or you can come back up this, oops, liggity leg. Come back up this little road. Oh, hey, I didn't notice chat. I'm not used to chat. My apologies. Yeah, if you're going to put all windmills in there, people will find you amusing. Yeah, these houses look amazing. I absolutely agree. I know I keep calling it a basic house, and it's, I mean, how do you call this a basic house, right? So yes, you've got your outdoor with the fencing, and then you've got your other outdoor. I think this might be the one with the hooks for the horses that you can do yourself. So again, we've got the setup where you've got your door over here. That's going to have a basic room. It's going to have your loft up there. You're going to have another door here. It's going to lead down to the basement. I don't want to go into every house because I came in here earlier when it was going into nighttime, and it got really hard for me to see. So I want to make sure we get around as much of the territory as we can while it's still daylight, especially the mountains, because I really didn't get a chance to look there before it got too dark. Okay, so this one is 5 Colt Road. And again, it looks like it's another one of the regular deluxe houses. There's your outhouse. There's your stables for your putting your horses out. There's your barn. Again, got your door, basement side, loft side, little outbuilding. I wonder if there's gonna be decoration hooks on that. I don't know. Here's your one with the horses with the fencing. And then again, a lot of fun yard to play with. Okay, so. Oh, Quixote going and doing, yes, absolutely. You should get a video of that if you get your Quixote out there and tilt at those windmills. Oh, Quixote going and doing, yes. All right, so here we are we've gone partway through. Now, we have seen 3 houses. So 1, 2, 3. So basically this, I mean, we don't have that many roads here. We have this one, which has, I think, 1, maybe 2 houses on it. This one. So it's really interesting how they have redone the style of a neighborhood, and I'll talk about that here in a moment. All right, so here we are at 6 Colt Road. Yep, and it's another deluxe house. Goes up to 20 Ritz and 493. Wow, look at those branches. Those are some gnarly branches. That is lovely. You got a little field-looking thing. Looks like that'd be a great place to if you had a field that you wanted to put out for farming at your house. So again, we've got our spot for putting our horses out. We've got the door on the left, the door on the right. We've got our well. We've got our enclosed, well, pasture area. Oh, looks like the barn is up this way. Oh, this is nice. Oh, I like this setup. So yeah, so we've got a little outbuilding there. We've got our barn here. Probably put some really cool decorations there. Got our outhouse over here. Yeah, I was watching back in February. They did more. They had Bullroarer open for the first time with Rohan housing, And Druid's Fire did a video which I have watched a number of times. And she went and bought, she's much more into playing with all the little bells and whistles than I am yet. So she went and bought all the different lighting and bought a couple houses and put the lighting in and played with the thing and showed where all the hooks were and stuff. So I'm not doing that. Again, I just really wanted to get a tour of the neighborhood so I can pick which house I want. Okay, so this one is 7 Colt Road. It's up on that 493 mithril or 20 of the Ritz, if that continues to be the price. Here I am getting stuck on the sign. All right, so we've got, so now we're starting to get kind of closer to like the water areas. Like this one is right next to the lake, which is neat. There's a little pier out there, which is really cute. What was I going to come back to? I forgot already. I should take notes. Neighborhood styles. Oh, yeah. The number of houses, basically, I want to talk about here. Okay, yeah, we'll come back to that in a minute. Probably when I'm loading some point. Okay, so again, we've got our we've got our house over here. Always the center feature, and as it should be, I think it's beautiful. And we've got our stuff here. Oh, this one I went and kind of tooled around behind because there's like a little road back here. And you can go up and around and, you know, just have your horses lazily hanging out in the fields over here. And then we've got our outhouse. Yeah. So there's a nice little, tour of the grass. Sorry about that. So there's a tour of kind of how that house is laid out. So get a little look at it as we walk away. Look at that. The views are just amazing. They've done such an amazing job putting this together. I'm just over the moon. I'm really excited to have a home in this area. Hello. All right, so have we gotten to 8 Colt Road yet? I don't think we have. Like I said, I was doing this earlier. I was checking it out. So I remember little bits and pieces of what I was looking at. So this one you could actually, you know, pop in from the side, but I think the main entrance, yes, is right over here where this for sale sign is. And this is 8 Colt Road. So you'll notice the price has jumped up here. We've got 30 Ritz and 747 on the mithril coins. This is the one that has more decoration hooks. It's got more lighting hooks. I think it has more exterior hooks as well. So got a lot of stuff going on here. And this is the one with the cave. So we'll go take a look at that in a second. So we've got outdoor space, lots of cool outdoor space as before. The house, I believe, is the same layout. Let's pop inside and see if we can take a look. It's for sale, so we should be able to go in. Excellent. The house, I believe, is the same layout. So in the other neighborhoods, you know, your 4 standard race-related ones, you know, the hobbits, the dwarves, etc. Those housing areas, what I've noticed is the kin houses sell out, and the deluxe houses sell out, but the basic houses, the standard houses, sit empty. So you end up with a neighborhood with a lot of standard houses just sitting there for sale, and everything else is sold out, and people are wanting more. So I think they really looked at that and said, okay, well, what can we do differently? So first of all, there's no standard houses. These are all deluxe houses in this neighborhood, both neighborhoods actually. And then also they've changed it so there's, instead of 4 kin houses per neighborhood, there's 1 Mead Hall, and anybody can own a Mead Hall. It doesn't have to be a kinship anymore. So that's neat because a lot of people, like maybe me, would create a kinship just so that you could buy a kin house because they're big and you can have all sorts of decorating and extra storage. So I'm really glad that they kind of looked at how people were using the housing and tried to create something that was more in line with what it seems like the players' needs are. Oh, we didn't go to the cave. Okay, so let's see. I found the cave before. I think I went down. Look at that tower. There's this tower just standing there. I don't think you get to decorate it if you buy the house, but dun, 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 look at that little cave. Look at that tower. There's this tower just standing there. I don't think you get. Now, when I tried this earlier, it says you do not have permission. Lets me in. I think somebody bought the house right as I was going in there last time. So I haven't actually got to look at the cave, but I saw it on a video, and I think it was like a one-room kind of style. Waterfall cave. Look at that. Oh, that's awesome. Wow, it's tall. Oh my word, it's huge. I did not expect that. Oh, sorry, let me get out of the weeds. Wow. Oh my goodness. Look how little my little hobbit looks in this giant cave. That's right. Look how little my little hobbit looks in this giant cave. That's right. She's fierce. Giant cave. Fierce hobbit. Better watch out. All right. So, wow. I don't know how many decorating hooks there are in the cave, but I know that I'm pretty certain that there are some. Oh, that's exciting. Well, I'm excited to see somebody decorate the cave and see what all kinds of creativity comes out of that. So yeah, so the number of houses available in these neighborhoods definitely seems to be smaller than what you get in a lot of the other already established neighborhoods. So I'm finding that interesting. So I'm guessing they're planning on creating more neighborhoods because they, you know how they do that. They can just duplicate this neighborhood, you know, over and over in order to accommodate that, and maybe that will get to the kind of numbers that people are looking for. Hang on, I have a technical question over here. Yes. Okay. Okay. Awesome. We're doing some, yeah, I'm getting tech support in the background. I said what I was saying. We're gonna do this. Okay, I'm gonna go online, and I'm like, you're gonna be here, right? Yeah, make sure I've got my tech support nearby. Okay, so we've just gone over here and we were checking out that house. So now we're gonna pop down Philly Lane, and again, we're gonna be careful not to go too far because I don't want to inadvertently leave the neighborhood, because you can. So here we have. This house is 1 Philly Lane. I'm not certain if there are any other Philly Lane housing. We'll check. So now we're back to the 142 decoration hooks. Only 142. How does one manage? And then we've got the Ritz and the 493 mithril coins. So this is going to be another deluxe house with variations when it comes to the outer landscape. But I mean, just wow. Look at that. I mean, could you imagine coming home to that and that's your view? Like, that is just amazing. All right, so yeah, so we've got, again, the barn as you're coming up. So you've got your barn early, as opposed to the one where it was like down around the hill. You've got your house there. You've got your location for your stable mounts. That's going to be really cool. I'm really excited to see what kinds of horses people put out. I don't know if there's horses that you can put there, if there are mounts, hooks there, but that'll be kind of cool. Got your well right in the middle. I like this house. This house kind of has a feeling like it's almost like a meeting place, like a gathering place. You know, you go and hang out at the well, or you've got your horses there. It feels a little more cozy, excuse me, than some of the other ones, if that's the look that the feeling you're going for. All right, so that's that neighborhood. That's your yard. All right, and so yes, so down there is an exit, one of your sparkly portal exits. So we are not going to go down there, and I'm pretty certain there's no other houses to worry about down there. So yeah, we're just going to head back up the hill. And I do like how this one, it's very gentle transitions for the elevation, so you really can easily see what's going on around you, although they do have this big rock outcropping in the middle, so that's kind of cool. But it does prevent you from seeing the houses on the other side. It seems, this kind of reminds me a little bit of the Bree stuff in that regard, because the Bree was a little flatter as opposed to like the Elven ones and the Dwarven ones, which have a lot of elevation changes. Well, I suppose Bree does too, but I don't feel it as much. All right, 1 Colt Road. Did we already look at 1 Colt Road? No, we did not. All right, we're going to take a look. Oh, and this is one of the lower expensive ones then again. So back down to 18 Ritz and 445 mithril. I wonder if that's because it's further from the town center, and so they made it cheaper because you'd have to ride all the way around. I don't know. I mean, even Philly Lane, though, you'd have to ride all the way around. So, I don't feel like this is out of the way. All right, so we're coming up on this. Oh, no, we're getting towards sunset. Things are going to get harder to see. That's all right. We'll make do. All right, so there's our barn, and there's our houses, our doors, and more of that. And, oh, well's off to the side. There's a little outhouse. I know that there's something goes here, right? Like, this just screams to me, hello, decorate me. And over here, there's got to be some hooks. This is nice. Okay, so what are we looking at over here? Oh, we're looking at, okay. So they did put a lot of stuff into the neighborhood that's, decoration, so you can't interact with it necessarily. Like, I can't go plow that field, but it adds to the ambiance and the atmosphere. So that's probably what you've got there. So that's kind of cool. You've got some of the ambiance of the neighborhood right there, right next door. Okay, so we got another house. Oh, no, this isn't a house. This is more decoration, as far as I can tell. So I think this is kind of like, how a lot of the neighborhoods have a stage with, overlooking some pretty area or something. So that's what we've got going on here. Isengard bids 5. Sorry, I just had to go there. Wow, look at that. So, yeah. And one of those houses we looked at was over there. There it is. That is some amazing views, right? Dang. Okay, all right. Stop looking at the scenery and let's see what else we got. Did I miss a house? I possibly missed a house, but that's okay. Ah, here's one. This is probably the house I was missing. All right, so 1 Mare Street, and again, I'm pretty certain this is the only house on Mare Street, so you would be the only Mare Street house. Oops, and how much were you again? You were one of the lower ones, so 18 writs, 445 mithril. So this is getting in the neighborhood for cheap. All right, so we've got our horse mount hooks there. We're gonna have that. We've got our well over here. We've got access to the tower, but I think we're right on the edge of the housing neighborhood. So you are backing right up to the very edge if you're over here on Mare Street. Again, I don't think the owner of this house gets the ability to decorate the tower, but you sure get to look at it. So there we go. Yeah, I can tell we're getting into nighttime because all the lights are starting to come on in places. No! So what I may end up doing is breaking this stream into 2 parts, waiting for it to become daylight again so I can come back in and do the mountains in the daylight. Because, mountains are cool in the dark, but they're going to be a lot easier to see in the daylight. So, and then, we've got this lake here, this pond. I don't know if you saw this as we were going here. So we've got water feature here. We've got the water feature down here by the cave. So yes, they must have had a fun time with this. They probably said, what would I like? Oh, I want a lake. I wonder if you can go fishing. I wonder if you get special fish here. We'll have to find out. Because we're going to go fishing. Too bad chickens can't come in here. Can't get across our road through the neighborhood. All right, so we are heading our way back to the beginning. And let's see if there's any more houses. Ah, here we go. Here's a house. This is one of the few that kind of goes up a little bit. Has a little bit more of a mountainy, rugged feeling to it, if I recall. Oh, and this is the deluxe Mead Hall. We haven't hit the Mead Hall. That's why. So this is the one that is currently listed for 36 writs, 894 mithril coins, has 182 decoration hooks, 14 lighting hooks, and 61 exterior hooks, and access to shared housing storage. So so this is your Mead Hall. So if you are buying a Mead Hall, it is 2 Colt Road. I think I have that in my notes. I need to double check that. Yes, that 2 Colt Road is the Mead Hall. So I don't believe you have access to that building there. I believe that is decorative. You've got your well here, but you've got like 1,001 hooks that you can play with out here. And it's massive. So, yeah, we'll take a quick look outside here. Look at this, you got a little path, so, you know, when late at night after you've been partying at the Mead Hall, just follow the border and you'll make it to the outhouse. You can go all the way around the Mead Hall, like, you know, just see the outside of it. It's just really, it's quite stunning. Look at how huge that thing is. We'll go inside here in just a moment. And then you've got a whole lot of landscape to play with out here. Yeah, so you probably have about as much land, maybe, well, probably a little bit more than in your basic houses, because this probably goes down quite a ways also. All right, let us pop inside. Now the Mead Hall, I believe there's only one entrance. I don't recall there being multiple doors like you have in the other houses. But, I mean, that's fine. Everybody's going to come and go by the same. Oh no, did somebody buy it? They won't let me in. Oh, there we go. Excellent. So yeah, so the number of houses here has gone down. The number of houses per neighborhood is down versus others. Okay, so Deluxe Premium Mead Hall, I have listed there. So there we go. Look at how far up this goes. It's amazing. So the Mead Hall in the Meadows is different, slightly different from the Mead Hall in the mountains. So we're going to take a look here. So this is the main area. There are hooks here in the middle. You can do tables. You can do fire pits. They've created a special category of housing, is my understanding for that. So off of the main, you've got a big room over here, which kind of takes up a big portion here, has a little jut out like that. And then you keep going towards the back, and you've got yet a second room over here. And this is one that's a little more squared off. So back out to the main part of the Mead Hall. You got your dais over here, you know, for your long-winded speeches. Isn't there a talk emote? Yes. So as I was saying, when you buy the taters, you want to make sure you get those to go well with your turnips. All right. So then we've got a side room. Again, similar to the other one. I think it mirrors it because this one looks rather squared off. And then, oops, go in, get a little lag for a second. And then this one again has that kind of L shape going on to it. And then we come back out and we're back into the main portion of the Mead Hall. And then there are stairs. Where did the stairs go? I think, yeah, there they are. All right. I know I needed my horse in the Mead Hall. This thing's so big. It's huge. Has a lot of decoration hooks. What happened? Uh-oh. Oh no, I think somebody did buy it and didn't give us permission to go inside. We'll try again real quick. That's the funny thing about the test server is people are slurping up houses like crazy just to check them out and to play with all of the decoration hooks and whatnot. There's a question about, are these for kinships? So not exactly. Anybody can buy a Mead Hall. Any character can buy a Mead Hall. It is a premium house, and you can own as many premium houses as you want. Oh, we don't have permission. Okay, we'll do some more touring. But basically what I was going to show you is there's an upstairs, and if you've been to other Rohan places where they've taken you upstairs to talk to an NPC, it has that similar kind of thing where you've got the different levels. You know, you stop and you talk to this person on this level, and you go up some more stairs and you talk to another person on another level, and it goes the distance of the place. So that's pretty much a similar setup for that. So anyway, with the premium houses, anybody can own as many premium houses as you want because you're buying them with mithril coins and you're buying them with LOTRO, with the housing writs. Oh, we can go in here. Oh, well, maybe not this person's house. Yeah, okay. In theory, one could go in there. I should contact this person and be like, hey, let me in your house. Can I come in? Please, 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 please. We're going to follow him. Um, so yes, anybody can buy a kin house or a mead hall. The thing is that now they've created a thing where you can pick one of the houses you own and you star it, and then anybody in your kinship has the ability to travel directly to that house. So that's the idea with the mead halls, is that whoever buys it, hopefully they star it as their primary house, and then everybody who's in their kinship has the ability to travel to that house. So it still really lends itself easily to gathering and sharing and all of those things that like you would do in a kin house. It just opens it up more, so that way people like me don't go and create a kinship just so I can own a kin house. I can just go buy a mead house and hang out with other people in the other kinships that I like to be in. All right, so we are heading back around. So that was the road up to the Mead Hall. So having the Mead Hall central in the neighborhood is a really lovely way to do this. I think they've done a really nice job on the layout on this. They've got, the Mead Hall in the center. You've got a nice ring road that goes around. You've got kind of just one house coming out on each of these spokes off of the main wheel, and one in there. So, and how many houses is that then? Basically, probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8 or 9-ish, maybe 10 at the most. And I think, what did we have in, I remember in Bree, there was like 26 houses total, and this is going to have a total of like, 10 to 12. Yeah, it was a much higher number on the standard neighborhoods. And I think it's also a pretty high number in Belfast. I haven't spent as much time there, but in the other premium neighborhood. Okay, so we're coming back around, and we're seeing some of these fun buildings again. I think we're coming back to the center. Yep, look at all those task boards showing up. So I think they're going to add a few more people in here, and there's a few more touches they're doing. But yeah, the open feeling of this town center is really, really neat. So, all right. So, yeah, party at the Mead Hall, definitely. All right, so here's a cool little thing. I'll show you a fun little trick. So on the Bullroarer server, you've got this place called the Eyes and Guard Tavern. And I bought 2 maps because I didn't realize it was reusable. I know now. So it's going to take me back to this place where I was before when I was starting the stream. And I'll give you a quick tour of that before I think what I'm going to do is, I'll sign off and then wait a bit of time for the sun to rise, and then we'll go take a look around the mountains. Okay, so this is the entrance. You pop in. There, it's very, TARDIS-like. That's how you came in, but you can't go back out that way. It's very sci-fi here. And we have all these different people in here doing all these various things. So like if you needed to go test something at a certain level, talk to Maid of Lions here, she can level you up. Or if you need to go higher, talk to Pinion over there, they can level you up. Like there's all sorts of stuff going on in here. Other people have done other videos with a lot more information here. So I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but here's the person where I bought that map, and I could buy 10 more if I wanted to. I don't need to, but I could. So if you need to pop around and experiment with various things. This is one of the people where you can get figments and other things like that you would use to buy things to experiment with. And then you've got exits that take you to all sorts of interesting places. But where we're going is down here. Watch out, this guy's going to roar at us. Oh, where'd he go? There it is. All right, so then we come down here and we have a giant in a room chilling out, because that's what you do. You've got exits out to various other places. You've got all sorts of stuff going on in here. Let me take floating names off for a minute, because wow. I mean, it's a who's who in this room. Yeah, so if you wanted to come in and test out various things, you can do that. But really, the reason why I'm here is these two. So what we did before is we talked over here to Burgunda, and we went to purchase a house, and I picked one, and we did a tour, and that got us into the neighborhood. She also, in both of these, sell the same items, I believe. So there's some new music coming in there. And let's see. So furniture, music, paints and surfaces. Where's the lighting? They have, and honestly, I would say just go watch Druid's Fires. Oh, it's not there. Stream from February, mid-February or so, because she did a whole thing where she bought all of the different lighting that you can buy. Maybe it's somewhere different in the house here, and tried each different one. Like there's a bright red and a muted red and a bright purple and a muted purple and a bright green. You know, so green and red and purple and yellow and then also you can put a candle into the lighting hook and it kind of has a little, just a slight flicker to it. So many crazy choices you can do. Yeah, so there's some really neat looking cosmetics and stuff, or housing items coming out. So when we go do now you can just, you could just go out that way, I suppose. Oh, where am I going to end up? What are they calling? They haven't standardized this. So Rohan Housing Plains would probably be her. So Foothills is probably her. Well, let's give it a try. Why not go through a random portal? Actually, you know what? The later neighborhoods are more likely to have a mead hall we can walk into. What? I could buy one. I don't want to be that person that goes and buys stuff and then doesn't come back again. But I don't know. I guess I could buy one and set the permissions. Okay, so this one, they don't have the street names listed on the map yet. I'm guessing they're putting those in later. I also noticed there's a lot of little squares. So I'm guessing those are all decoration areas. Oh, hang on just a second. I'm frozen on my screen. Am I frozen on your screen? Okay. Well, it looks like you all are getting a lovely picture of me thinking really hard.
The audio is definitely good.
But that's right. Okay, if you can still see what I'm doing, that's all that matters really here. Let me see if I can get us into the Mead Hall real quick. So it's going to be... it's probably that one over there. So let me pop over here. Hi, Coffee. Yeah, Bullroarer has been interesting. And yeah, like he's saying in the chat there, you could build anything and do whatever you want with your character. Like it's a playground, right? So I haven't played around with it a lot. I expect that it's the sort of thing that I might in the future. But it hasn't really been. I mean, I've got so much going on in the live server, and you know, I just don't have time. All right. Fine. Do we have? Oh, I didn't. You know what? Because I didn't pick up Ritz and Mithril in that house in the back at the Eyes and Guard. Get it? Eyes and Guard. So I don't have the housing Ritz or the Mithril to buy it right now. I didn't pick up my free goodies. But okay, so we're gonna pop into the Mead Hall right here, because day or night it's gonna be the same in the interior. So we'll pop in here real quick, and then I think we'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back when it's a little bit lighter to do a tour of the neighborhood. So, okay, so here is the Mead Hall for the mountains area. Oop, are we losing? Okay, we're just gonna keep trying. And this is, so this one's different because you've got the basement, which you don't have in the Meadows. So over here in the foothills. So we come down the basement. We've got a whole bunch of like little side rooms. We've got like 6. Let me change my camera angle so you can see a little better. We've got 6 cute little side rooms here. So 3 on each side. So we've got, our big hallway here. And then we've got 3 rooms on each side. So if, I'm thinking that if I get one of these mead halls, that would be really fun to kind of do each room with a slightly different theme. So you might have like your dwarven type of stuff goes in one, maybe all of your ale barrels and stuff go into one and stuff like that. So that seems like it's going to be some fun decorating that's going to happen there. All right, and then we've got storage down below the stairs, so that's really cute. I like the, oops. Oh, somebody came in and bought it, kicked me out. All right, next time I will learn how to pick up mithril coins and how to pick up writs so I can buy a house so we can tour it as long as we want. All right, thank you very much, and we will come back here in just a little bit. Thank you. Bye.